Good evening, Speed Gaming Live. Thanks everybody for joining us as we burn the midnight oil here on the East Coast. The West Coasters, this is just a little bit later for y'all. Tonight we are in round 2 of the semifinals for SirLinkalot versus the RPGchick. SirLinkalot has one up on the RPGchick, so if he wins this round, unfortunately we will be saying goodbye to the RPGchick. However, if she pulls this off and makes this a 1-1, we will be going to a round 3. And I am joined tonight on the mic by Mortal Mago. Mago, how you doing?
Not too bad. A little tired, but yeah, we'll make it work.
I feel you there, bud. So tonight, for those of you just joining us, these flag sets for the randomizer will be all vanilla locations with the items mixed amongst them. That means all red chests, all vendors, and all battleground locations will be as they are in the vanilla location. However, the contents will be shuffled. On top of that, our runners will be moving at twice the speed they normally will be. And Mago, would you like to go over go mode real quick?
Yeah, go mode for the runners will be a sword, the dragon claw, mega grenades, the sun coin or sky coin, captain's cap, thunder rock, and then either the sun coin or Mobius crest, and then either the sun coin or the multi key.
Indeed. So we've seen a couple jet seeds this tournament. We've also seen some fetch quest seeds tonight. So I'm interested to see what kind of run we're going to get from everybody. Seeing a lot of hype from the chat. I said keep bringing that energy as our runners get ready to take off here. Should be preparing to launch any second now. I will be interested to see what they start off with. Having a good mix of weapons on the start here. I don't know which one we've seen the most of. I think for the tournament, it's got to be bombs from what we've seen on the start.
I think I've seen a decent amount that I've watched of bombs and then a sword pretty quickly usually.
Not a lot of axes or claws, but when you do start with those, it is a bit trickier. I love seeing the pre-race twitches, people getting their name put in and just waiting for the countdown, flicking between the menu options. That anticipation. And they're off. Looks like we got a bomb start. Little lacking on the audio here, so we'll keep up the commentary as we go through. Both of our runners getting Wither Tree from the old man. This must be a vanilla seed here. Doubtless our runners will probably stop to pick up Kaylee, get her knocked out of the way really quick. Let's see what's in the cure chest on SirLinkalot's side. Heal. Not great, but not awful. Decent start. As Linkalot now dips in to go get Kaylee, and RPGchick now tags out to go to get her heal spell before they both take off to fight the Minotaur. Both of our runners here using those bombs to make quick work of that Minotaur. Let's see what Kaylee's handing out. It looked like exit. This is going to be a fast one. Chat, we are working to get everything preset up here. Appreciate your patience on this one. We'll do our best to kind of keep everybody filled in the meantime. There we go.
Right, and both runners starting on the battlefield here after grabbing Tristan.
And Bombs is going to make this a pretty quick trip to the battlefield. Single fight, and SirLinkalot getting the Lieber crest. And steel helm from the steel shield chest.
Venus E from Tristram.
That's going to open up a lot of checks in Aquaria, or at the very least an extra check in Spencer's Cave. Couple of spooky, scary skeletons blocking the way for this explosion tunnel here. RPGchick getting a little better RNG with the skeleton encounter, only having to fight one of the spooky boys.
Just to see what crest we're gonna get here.
Still no coin. So it looks like Rex is gating our coin here. RPGchick picking up Meteor as well as SirLinkalot. Accidentally taking an extra encounter here. Probably opting to take that encounter to get an extra level before the fight, but not quite enough to give her one more up. And SirLinkalot has started the fight with Rex here. Now, as well as the locations being randomized here, chat, and the enemy locations being shuffled up, all of the enemies in the game for the randomizer have been stat shuffled. So starting at a base of 75% of as powerful as they are in the vanilla game, our enemies have been randomized with a 50% spread, which means they can be as weak as 25% as they are in the vanilla game, or as jacked as 125%. Making this a really interesting run for bosses here. RPGchick clearing out Rex first.
I think her Benjamin targeted quite a bit less in that fight.
Indeed. A little less triage can make all the difference here. And I believe less quakes as well.
She's going to give us our first look at the items here. Thunder Rock and a River Coin.
Indeed. So it looks like our runners are going to be running to Fireberg first, being kind of corralled into that location with no other options. There are quite a few checks in Fireberg, though. Plenty of options available with bombs, although while missing a claw, not too many other options besides Volcano and Lava Dome running straight to the Wyvern.
RPGchick going to be first to grab Ruben here and give us our Tristram check, most likely.
I'll be interested to see what the treasure hunter is holding for us. Blizzard. Well, it ain't great. It ain't awful. It's a snowman. It has some uses here in Fireberg.
RPG 5 for the battlefield.
There's gonna be a lot of encounters. Thankfully, there are only singles or doubles like this, and Ruben should make short work of them, although there is the risk of these jump encounters. And it looks like that that hedgehog's doing quite a bit of damage to Ben. So, good question over here from chat. Is soft locking possible? I think we've only had one soft lock situation around items, and that has since been patched out by Wild Ham by correcting some of the logic here. In terms of being able to be soft locked by an enemy location or a puzzle, ooh, mega grenades for the RPGchick. I don't think that is the case in this randomizer. It is very beginner friendly, just like the original game. So Chad, if you're interested in picking this up, feel free to check out ffmqrando.net. You can start generating your own seeds if you have a ROM at your disposal. And if you need some guidance or want to, join the community, there's also a link to the community Discord on that site. Meanwhile, RPGchick picks up 2 shopping cash trips here, clearing out the 900 GP battleground and now going for the 1200 GP. Gonna probably make sure she's loaded up on seeds before she leaves this area.
It's a way to make sure you don't have to worry about coming back for seeds later, most likely.
Indeed. And SirLinkalot now picking up his mega grenades. This is looking like a very lava dome seed so far. Oh, however, we still have volcano on the horizon here and south of mines left to check before our runners dip into lava dome. RPGchick hitting some bad RNG here with the paralysis. However, it looks like Ben's the only one being deep fried here, so getting lucky in that aspect. And our vendor is selling Sandcoin. So that gives our runners an out to go ahead and dip over to Aquaria if they so desire. SirLinkalot staying the course though and opting to clear out south of Mines Battleground before leaving. Still only explosives available to our runners. Not too much of a problem since they start off with 50. However, if they don't pick up any other means of attack here soon, they might be forced to scavenge some brown chests for some extra arsenal.
Yeah, very strong mega grenades, but run out of them real quick.
Yep, and Ruben clocking Ben with that Morning Star there, and these red caps giving SirLinkalot the business here with status elements at the wazoo. You hate to see this encounter, especially when it's doing stuff to you like this. RPGchick having a little bit better luck here with these triple encounters. Usually the red caps like to play a little bit nicer in those than they do in these doubles here. SirLinkalot able to break out here is going to be able to take out one of these guys, opting to just force through with Ruben. And being confused left here. Ooh. And Ruben goes down, forcing a wipe. RPGchick having very much the same struggle over here on her side now. Again, very early levels. These double red caps are not a fun encounter. RPGchick opting to run, recoup, and then go back into the fight, hoping for better RNG here. Thankfully, Ben opted to blow up the enemy and not his team. Down to our last fight. Both of our runners here having to deal with double red caps again, although it looks like they're having a bit better luck here. SirLinkalot taking a confusion from Ruben, but it looks like he hit the right target, and both of our runners are going to be getting a battle axe.
A bad weapon to get to replace your megas for main usage.
Yeah, it's a good mid-tier strength weapon. Not as perfectly accurate as your mega grenades, but if you're running out of arsenal, you know, it's a good backup. And a steel sword, so there is our second go mode item for our runners. The first being their mega grenades. Any sword will do in this category, so you do not need Excalibur, you do not need the Knight Sword, you just need something to push the clicky buttons in the Ice Pyramid and in the Ice Pyramid Revisit section of Dune Tower. Both of our runners here being forced up the volcano here. Both had the option to leave, however, it looks like they're going to go ahead and stay the course and at least clear out the Medusa fight. One of the nastier encounters you can take at a low level. Hopefully she's not too much trouble for our runners tonight.
Be interesting to see if they do the checks in the dome afterwards.
Indeed, they do have mega grenades, so at least two of those checks are very quick. That last one being Wyvern, not nearly as quick. However, if there is a go mode item gated there, now would be the time to grab it. SirLinkalot starting his fight with Medusa. Let's see how heavy the big snake lady rolled.
They're just letting Benjamin have it right now.
Yeah, really giving him the business. And even Ruben, thankfully, spoke too soon. Both of them are now paralyzed, and one of them is now petrified. SpeedGaming making use of those seeds she bought early, banking on some meteor action here to get her through the fight. See if she fares a little bit better. SirLinkalot is what I like to affectionately refer to as paralysis hell, not being able to die because Ruben's so tanky, but also just being stuck there hoping to get out. And there's the petrification. Let's see if Linkalot opts to go back in. He does. Did he take a safety save before taking on Medusa?
I did not see.
If he did not, he will be forced to finish this encounter or lose some substantial progress here. Meanwhile, RPGchick showing off the power of Meteor there and getting jumbo bombs as a reward. Not something that she needs since she already has mega grenades, but it is an option. RPGchick opting not to go to Lava Dome and get those first 2 mega grenade checks, instead opting to leave and go to Aquaria, hedging her bets on the rest of her items being in there.
Going for the much higher amount of checks.
Indeed. Meanwhile, SirLinkalot dipping in the lava dome. Chat letting me know he did make a safety save, so no risk of a huge loss of progress there. Linkalot still having no seeds though, so no access to spells if he doesn't intend to fight the dual-headed Hydra. And RPGchick picking up a steel shield there, completing the steel armor set. Still no accessories though. Old man handing out the base axe. A lot of base level equipment being handed out early, sans the mega grenades, and I believe our runners have all 3 explosives now, so at least those are off the table.
Just the cat claw left for base gear out there.
Indeed, and I think any claw would be well received at this point, really hampering the progress of her runners not having a claw weapon, being able to check basically the second half of Winter Cave, the second half of Ice Pyramid, not able to check mines yet. A lot of pieces missing. They won't be able to do any of Windia minus a few ground checks there. RPGchick getting a mask for south of Aquaria Battlefield here. Let's see what the vendor has to offer. Meanwhile, SirLinkalot is picking up Flare. That's going to be huge in terms of damage. And the vendor's selling Dragon Claw. I think RPGchick's pretty happy with that play there. Now able to fully clear out a lot of these areas, like Wintry Cave, Pyramid, Mines. Meanwhile, SirLinkalot staying the course, going through Lava Dome. I'll be interested to see if he leaves after doing the Moon Helmet check, or if he decides to stay and does do a full clear.
Meanwhile, RPGchick grabbing her Phoebe item and it's a charm, and gonna go through and finish Wintry Cave.
Very nice, and finish her tier 1 armor set. Man, I love the Lava Dome theme. Sorry, I'm just kind of vibing here to the tunes here, chat.
Oh, nice root and counter emplacement there for Linkalot.
Yeah, the enemy placement has been randomized for this tournament, so we might see some nice encounter placement like we see on the RPGchick screen, or we might see some Congo lines of annoyance over here on our SirLinkalot screen. And it's time to deep fry us some calamari. What do you think? 1 or 2 turns?
I'd say probably 2.
forgot the squid is strong to earth attack. Looks like we might have a bit on the thick side. Gemini crest for SirLinkalot. That is going to allow him to break some logic here. And he is dipping out after getting Moon Helmet. SirLinkalot opting to break the logic, chat. So what you do here is you teleport from the sealed temple, you exit after you teleport, and this places you in the upper section of Aquaria, which you normally can't access unless you use Wake Water. Getting a question from the
Moon Helm.
Getting a question from the chat about average finish time. From qualifiers to some of the runs we've had here, looks to be about 45 minutes to an hour has been the sweet spot. SirLinkalot picking up that Cupid locket. It's going to be huge in terms of resistances. And I missed what he got out of the first chest.
I did also. Watching RPGchick's muscle memory kick in and doing the vanilla columns here.
Ah, the ring. So double accessory pickup from SirLinkalot. Getting white now from the North of Libra Temple Battleground. That's going to be nice for damage for SirLinkalot. I think that gives him, what, all of the wizard spells? Unless I'm mixing them up.
Don't believe we've seen Thunder yet.
True.
But everything else, yes. Everything you want to use for endgame.
RPGchick opting to rain flaming rocks from the sky instead of axing Mr. Krabs here. Question. Making the right call, one-shotting the big crab. Meanwhile, SirLinkalot bringing Ruben to an axe fight. And RPGchick picks up her Sun Coin. That is going to let her get straight to the Windia area. But opting to go into the Ice Pyramid for a quick dip to check the first chest. Let's see if she does a full clear here. Ooh, Captain's Cap. That is another one of our Go Mode items.
Linkalot not checking the vendor, I believe, on its way by a character.
Not yet. Looks like he dipped down to go ahead and check the Focus Tower Aquaria chest. Picked himself up his steel shield. Meanwhile, RPGchick opting not to go to Windia, but instead doubling back to Fireberg here.
Curious to see if she's gonna do mine or go up into Lava Dome.
Picking up Ruben. This could go either way in terms of mine or Lava Dome. Probably going to go pick up mines since she has everything she needs to get all three checks from here. SirLinkalot picking up his Dragon Claw now. And stopping by the inn to refill his spell slots. Did not make any purchases on seeds like the RPGchick did, so he has no other way to refill his spell slots. You Quake. Probably one of the worst black magic spells you can get. And unfortunately, because of the way it scales, it does not scale very well with the magic stat in the game. Maybe doing 600 damage at the most on bosses, which Mecha Grenades will get you comfortably. SirLinkalot down to 12 explosives now. Opting to switch over to the Dragon Claw, realizing he needs to conserve some of those explosives for some overworld puzzles and some other cave checks. Now getting his charm accessory from Phoebe. At this point, null and void now that he has a Cupid locket.
RPGchick gonna take on her Jin.
Let's go ahead and switch to her audio for that sweet boss music. And the Fat Jin being awfully rude with that fire magic. However, RPGchick with the Moon Helm doesn't take much for it since she's resistant now. Moving on. Ruben handing out fire. And saving Ruben's dad now. She'll be able to exit quickly out of here and go ahead and check him.
Nothing good so far from the mine. We'll see if Ruben's dad makes it actually required.
Mm-hmm. This could be huge if this is a go mode item. Our runners still need Skycoin and Mobius Crest. Speaking of Skycoin, the RPGchick is a Mobius Crest away from go mode, folks. Meanwhile, SirLinkalot finishing out the Wintry Cave, getting his Calamari and his Moon Helmet as his reward there.
RPGchick making her way to Windia now.
Meanwhile, Linkalot is going to be traveling back to Fireburg via the teleport. There's our last wizard spell. Still anybody's game, chat. This Mobius Crest is a little elusive, only being gated. The only places it can't be is on Mac's ship or in the base of Doom Tower. It can physically be anywhere else, including its vanilla location, which would require the Liber Crest, which both of our runners have. RPGchick stopping by to run some deforestation for this next check here. Getting the multi-key for her troubles. And Linkalot now taking his dip in to save Ruben's dad. Let's see what the Windia vendor's selling. Elixir. That does put Kaylee 2 on the table as a potential go mode candidate. However, RPGchick opting to go ahead and pick up Phoebe. She might be dipping in the P Tower after checking Spencer's cave. RPGchick asking Otto to please go ahead and build her a Rainbow Road. Otto obliging.
Linkalot gonna start his gen fight as RPGchick is blowing up the cave here to set the boat free.
Just some minor renovations to the cave, nothing serious, chat. Don't mind the boat sliding on the frozen seas still, that's perfectly normal. Aegis Shield, Apollo Helmet, RPGchick is getting quickly decked out with everything she needs. The only piece she is missing is the Cupid Locket, which we know to be in North Focus Tower thanks to SirLinkalot. Speaking of SirLinkalot, now freeing Ruben's dad, well on his way to get that Sky Coin. A double shield location. I think that's the second or third time we've seen multiple basically schools of armor be in the same location. RPGchick stopping the save Norma. Gonna cost her about 3 seconds, but you know, that little girl needed saving.
Gonna dive into Pazuzu's tower here.
Mm-hmm. Density-wise, this is a smart play. Mountain Gale might be faster, depending on how thick Doulahan is, but in terms of checking for density, and if you have the tower routed, this could be a very good play for the RPGchick. Linkalot teleporting back over here to Aquaria, checking south of Aquaria battlefield really quick, realizing that he forgot to make this check earlier. And we'll be getting, I think, a mask for his troubles, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes.
Ooh. Nasty double petrified term. Thankfully, the RPGchick got that Aegis Shield, or else she'd be joining Phoebe as a stone statue there. The speed tower check is also going to help the RPGchick get some good levels here. All these enemies are near end game levels, so they'll be giving out tons of EXP. SirLinkalot now getting his mask. And making his way up to Ice Pyramid. This could be big if the Mobius Crest is in here. Still hasn't picked up his Captain's Cat either, which he's about to come grab. Yep. Dragon Claw doing work for the RPGchick, and now Linkalot still hasn't exited out. Looks like he's about to go in for the full dive here. And once this location's clear, we will be down to a lot of checks. So it's either going to be in Windia or Aquaria, or it could be hiding behind Wyvern still, chat. Giant's Axe for the first chest here. Not what the RPGchick wanted to see. And it looks like she's hitting those switches to back up in case she needs to fight the stupid sexy bird for the Mobius crest here. Both runners having to fight their way through gauntlets of enemies. I don't think either one of them got lucky on their dungeon configurations for enemy placements here.
RPGchick just running into a large gauntlet on this floor.
I think the only benefit to her running this location versus Linkalot running Ice Pyramid right now in terms of enemies is she's getting much more EXP for her troubles. And she should thankfully be pretty comfy with her seed loadout as well. Let's see what's in the Excalibur chest. Excalibur! Very fitting. And RPGchick now locking the stupid sexy bird to floor 5 here. Remember, chat, you cannot fight the stupid bird on even numbered floors. He will always teleport away. So you have to lock him, you have to basically sandwich him between 2 odd floors, or 2 even floors, and get him on an odd floor here.
Do some backtracking at it, go back to floor 5, get to the fight.
Indeed. Probably, with the enemy density the way it was, probably the smarter bet as opposed to just exiting out and going from 1-3 to 5. And it looks like she's going to go ahead and prep her team up to fight the stupid sexy bird. Meanwhile, SirLinkalot about to fall down here. And we're about to see 3 checks pretty much back to back. Let's see what he gets for his troubles here. Cure from the first chest. Chat, I have bad news for you if you want to build a snowman, by the way. SirLinkalot has flare, and you are about to see one melted puddle of water. Looks like Pazuzu's rolling a little bit on the thinner side here. Hopefully RPGchick can finish him off before he gets off that side shield. There's your stupid sexy bird, chat. If you got your easels ready, be ready to paint him like one of your French girls. Too late. He's gone. And so is our snowman. Goodbye. Both of our runners are 1 item away from go mode. If either of these chests have it, it is in their runner's immediate favor. Gaia armor for RPGchick. Let's see what SirLinkalot's getting. Arrow.
RPGchick going right over to Mount Gate.
And the Night Sword from SirLinkalot, so not a great check for him. Getting some good spells and a little bit of equipment upgrade, but RPGchick basically kitted out the other half of the way. The only worry she has now when going to the Dark King fight is she is still susceptible to confusion, which can be a nasty status ailment to contend with. Linkalot now making a sprint for Windia, skipping... Yep. Looks like he blipped for a second and forgot to check the Sun Coin chest. I don't remember what was in there.
She also, if she finds Mobius Crest here, will not have Flare, which was in Lava Dome.
Indeed. You know, SirLinkalot picking up his Thunder Spell. He is definitely more firepower kitted out than she is at the moment, however. Looks like she might be in a better place in terms of checks, unless our Mobius Crest is hiding in the big tree. I believe that is, at this point now, the community's least favorite check location.
Definitely going to be one of the last checks done.
Yeah, and for those of you not familiar, you have to go all the way up the Great Deku Tree there, go to the very top, fight the boss, and then you have to make your way back down to the second floor, cut your way through a mushroom forest just to talk to a door to then make your check. Kaylee 2 also on the table for holding our runner's Mobius crest here. I'll be interested to see if the RPGchick decides to dip in there and grab Kaylee 2 if Doulahan does not have her crest. Noble armor from Doulahan here. Chat letting me know that SirLinkalot is a little too poverty to afford that pricey elixir to go save Kaylee 2. This could cost him if she is the one holding on to our Mobius crest.
Might have bought a few too many seeds.
Indeed. Looks like the RPGchick is doubling back to Aquaria now.
I'm gonna go through that ice pyramid.
Indeed. Seeing some good puns from the chat here. Linkalot now getting his shield upgrades.
Interesting play that could happen here is it could be behind Hydra, and because RPGchick will be checking Volcano so late, she might go right for it.
If that's the case, SirLinkalot will have the advantage here. Gonna go ahead and switch it over to the SirLinkalot here. I do enjoy me some Mountain Gale music.
Music definitely gets a little more hypey as the game goes on.
A little more triumphant. Although I still think there's nothing more hype than the boss battle music. Linkalot going to be having a bit of an easier time here with Doulahan with all the wizard spells at his command. I think he does have Meteor.
He does, but using white.
Yeah, probably opting for white for the faster animation speed. Meteor will give him about 200 points of damage more than white per turn, but could be making up for it in terms of speed. Now getting his noble armor. SirLinkalot now going for his P tower check. Great question from the chat. Looks like both of our runners are at a pretty even level so far. No runner having a clear advantage over the others so far. Basically at a flip-flop stage at this point, chat. The only check that SirLinkalot's managed to do that the RPGchick has not done yet are the first two checks in Lava Dome. So at this point, the only checks that we don't know about as the audience is what Wyvern's hiding and what Kaylee 2 is hiding. And because of the way the logic plays out here, there's only 3 locations left that the Mobius crest could be at. That is behind Ghidra in the giant tree, behind Kaylee 2, or behind our Hydra.
I also don't believe we have either runner checked the multi-key house because they got it in the Alive Forest.
No, you're right. I don't think either of our runners have checked the Hermit, so that is technically 4 checks. Yep, and as Chad is pointing out, neither of our runners have life, so even if they do make a sprint for Dark King here, They will be heavily reliant on keeping Phoebe alive for that fight. If she goes down at any point during the Dark King fight and Ben doesn't have life, that's basically a wipe with just how much HP he has and how little HP Ben just doesn't have.
RPGchick gonna melt her ice column real quick here. Not as fast as she doesn't have flare though.
Giant flaming rock should help do the trick pretty quick though. Yes, chat, both of our runners are exactly one item away from go mode, missing the little infinity sign Mobius crest there on the bottom row of our tracker. SirLinkalot looks like he's gearing himself up for full clear at P Tower as well. SirLinkalot now getting his Excalibur from the vanilla location.
And RPGchick gonna go back over to Firebird.
Looks like she might be checking the Hermit and Doom Tower. She could also be making her way to the Sealed Temple so she can do a little bit of a logic skip here and get her Cupid Locket as well.
Believe the Gemini crest is in Lava Dome.
Ah, good call. So yes. Looks like she is skipping Hermit as well, going straight into Lava Dome. I'll be interested to see if she does a half check as well or if she's going to go full in. Bringing Phoebe 2 here, though, is going to make quick work of a lot of these minions, chat. SirLinkalot getting a floor 1 Pazuzu fight here. And he is very geared up for this fight. This should be a much faster fight than the RPGchick had to deal with.
Coming in with flare gonna be very quick.
Ooh, forgetting to hit the switch on floor 2 will not lock the bird into place, so he's going to go ahead and jump up a couple floors. SirLinkalot will have to chase him to his next location and go ahead and pin him between 2 floors here. I believe since he hit the switch on floor 6, though, this should lock him into floor 5. Meanwhile, RPGchick getting her much-needed flare. Oh, looks like the bird stopped on another level. A lot of runners tend to avoid P Tower just because the switch puzzle can be quite annoying, especially if you make a small mistake like that with the switches. Sorry, chat, again, just vibing to the tunes here.
It's on floor 2.
Indeed. And remember, like I said earlier, chat, you cannot fight Pazuzu on an even numbered floor, so SirLinkalot's going to talk to the bird, he's going to sprint up to floor 3, and SirLinkalot's going to have him sandwiched between 2 locked elevators here. He will be making his fight on the 3rd floor. RPGchick now getting her Gemini crest, considering teleporting out, but it looks like she's either going to hit the switch before she dips out, or she's going to go full in. Let's see what she decides to do. Alright, Stupid Sexy Bird, round 2, chat, get your easels ready. This one's going to be an even faster draw than the last one, thanks to SirLinkalot's firepower at his disposal. Showing what that flare can do, nearly 2k damage from both of his partners here. Ooh, taking a petrification from Phoebe though. Hopefully he can outspeed the bird before he can get that heal off. Thankfully gets a wind spell, so no major threat there. RPGchick saving a little time by hitting exit after hitting the switch. Now dipping. Either could be checking Hermit or Kaylee at this point. Looks like she's gonna dip in, check Hermit real quick. And Speed Gaming 1 is rating us with 106 people. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this exciting race 2 between the RPGchick and SirLinkalot. And that is go mode for the RPGchick.
Mobius Chris behind the hermit that we've had access to for quite a while now.
And she is now decked out with arrow and flare, so any firepower she might have been missing if she was making this check any sooner, she now has made up for with that dip into Lava Dome. Having a good lead on SirLinkalot here. Let's see if he opts to go back to Fireberg from Windia. Never mind, he can't do that because he doesn't have the Mobius Crest, so if he does decide to go back to Fireberg, this could still be anybody's race. Ooh, RPGchick getting a nasty configuration here. Those green beholders on the right-hand side are immune to magic and in fact can reflect it back at our runners.
It's very painful. I forgot a couple different runs now on them.
In chat, I completely blanked on what Pazuzu dropped, and I'll be honest, I forgot to watch and see what he dropped again.
He dropped a Gaia's armor.
Thank you very much. Meanwhile, Linkalot, now out of poverty, decides to buy that elixir. Let's see if he goes and checks Kaylee. Oh, dipping out the Fireberg. Probably also going to go check his hermit. If this is the case, these runners are very close together. Wakewater hiding on the captain's ship. Good old Mac 2 frozen up on a platform to be able to deliver the remedy to his hometown. Or at least his niece's hometown. RPGchick on her way to the tower. SirLinkalot not very far behind at all. Is going to be getting his Mobius Crest as well. And we have a race on our hands here, chat. And I gotta switch over to the RPGchick's audio for this awesome track from Doom Tower. I'll be curious to see if she checks the the Aegis Shield chest. Looks like she's opting not to. Probably feels like she might be a little bit behind.
We're gonna have both runners going in without life possibly here.
Indeed, unless life was hiding in that bottom right check. If SirLinkalot makes that check and there is life in there, that could be all the difference between our runners when it comes to the final fight.
He also is coming in with the Cupid Locket, while RPGchick will have a level advantage.
Indeed. So while RPGchick does have enough HP to live through Spider Kids and all the other spells that the Dark King has available, the only spell that's a threat to her right now is Laser. If she gets 2 more levels, though, I think she'll be in a safe spot. But again, the Silver Webs can do a number on her, especially if we get a fast start King, since she did not opt to break logic and check for the Cupid Locket. I love that we decided to keep in the vanilla placement of Doom Tower here. These little puzzles here really test your memorization the first couple times, and then afterwards it's like muscle memory on steroids, just trying to optimize every little item switch and every little grab to try to get through here as quickly as possible. Linkalot making his way up. Let's see if he drops down to the bottom right-hand side to grab him a chest. Looks like he is. Maybe. Nope. Hopped in the skip as well. Fake me out there for a second.
Behind.
Indeed. Both of these runners clocked in a very fast first race of, what, about 45 minutes?
I believe around that, yeah.
Ooh, RPGchick's exit missing. That is a rare occurrence, but it can happen. Thankfully, the RPGchick didn't suffer too much damage for the trouble here. Looks like she's opting to be a little conservative with her spellcasts here. I think she's trying to save her seeds for some later floors. Opting to use fire on these Cerberuses and exit instead of just blasting them with white.
No, she went into her menu to try to cast a wizard spell. She might have forgotten the 2C. She was out when she went to try to use one.
Indeed. Making the best of a bad situation. They're opting to put out more damage instead of putting a seed refresh on Phoebe. Linkalot catching up now on his way up to his golem fight. And both these runners are only a mini boss, I mean, a refight apart from each other. And if we have a particularly nasty Dark King on our side, that is going to be our X factor for who's going to win the fight tonight, win the race tonight. Don't know if that was a misinput from the RPG-Chick or if she meant to cast lightning on that Jin. Either way, that fat genie has given me enough of a headache in the past for me to feel like he deserved that one. Looks like our Hydra's rolling a little bit on the chunkier side, chat.
Getting quite a few wizard spells here.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving though. I've seen this guy pop from phase 1 instantly to dead. Thankfully, Hydra, not too much of a hazard for our runners, chat. Mostly just like a road bump, if anything. He is rather chunky. He does decent damage, but nothing life-threatening to either of our runners here tonight. So, if anything, just a test of patience and a bit of execution here. Both of our runners having access to Arrow as a backup. This Wyvern is weak to wind magic. Gonna be doing a little bit less than Meteor in terms of spell damage, but only a little bit. And Ben has plenty of black magic spells to spare. And RPG-Chick has cleared her damage sponge here. Looking pretty good on HP too. She'll be geared up for her fights on the next floor. She should be coming out of this about level 22 if she gets enough fights on the way to Zuh here. Meanwhile, SirLinkalot will not be too far behind, probably clocking in at about level 21. And thankfully our chunky, our fat boy dogs here are on the slower side for our runners, so no worries of them getting a first turn KO, making things more problematic. RPG-Chick opting to stick with Arrow for the resistance, switching the Flare here real quick to put down those dogs. Thanatos rolling on the thin side, so we'll see a one-turn trash clear on Zuh. And Linkalot wrapping up his Wyvern fight now on the way to his Zuh fight. And it's quite the gauntlet in front of our runners here in terms of trash mountain placement. And seeing two different schools of thought from both of our runners here. SirLinkalot going full in with the spells. Meanwhile, RPG-Chick trying to be a little bit conservative here, making sure she's got enough seeds for the final fight so she doesn't have to stop and grab that 25 seed chest probably. And it looks like she's got a clear shot to Zuh now at a nice comfy level 21. Hopefully this fight will be enough to push her up to 22. And she should be able to live through just about every attack the Dark King can throw at her. Alright, chat. Stupid Sexy Bird 2, Electric Boogaloo time. Hope you got those easels ready from the last one. And this bird's rolling a bit on the thicker side.
That's a high HP phase 1 so far.
Yeah, both Wyvern and Zuh looks like they rolled on the 125 side. Yeah, no matter how, we're gonna have to deep fry this bird for a little extra time here, chat. Down into phase 2 now. I doubt either of our runners are gonna be able to get to phase 3 before seeing the Psy Shield here, and now has taken up the Stupid Sexy Bird pose.
Oh no.
Ooh, RPGchick tried to finish off the fight with damage instead of running some triage here, putting Linkalot back in the lead in terms of progression. Both of our runners seconds away from each other, chat. Anything can make or break at this point. Yeah, that sky attack, if it's not split up between both the party members, if it does single target damage to any one of these characters, it can hit for fat numbers. Chick now playing a bit more on the cautious side. SirLinkalot now running triage. That's right. She did not have life. Neither one of our runners have life available. It completely blitzed my mind. So, unfortunately, offense was the only option available to both of our runners here. SirLinkalot now taking his dive. Unfortunately, losing his Phoebe as well to a Doom Dance. Nothing you can really do at this point. It is RNG whether or not you get hit by that move.
RPGchick seeing 2 psych shields this time too. The one on phase 2 this time instead.
Yep.
A lot luckier on phase 3 here.
Yep, running the full offense gamble here. Getting a nice side shield. Thankfully, that spell is still glitched. And down he goes. RPGchick is on her way to the final boss now. SirLinkalot not far behind. Ooh, but having another down Phoebe, and only in phase 2. This could be another wipe for SirLinkalot here, unless he gets lucky with just continuous side shields. Running triage on Ben now, hoping to get lucky. Let's put in some good thoughts for SirLinkalot here in chat. Ooh, I am sorry. Bit of a commentator's curse there. However, this happened 15 minutes ago, so it's not my fault.
The exact damage roll.
And RPGchick now starts the fight. Let's give her some time here in chat. Let's give you some time to enjoy this awesome final boss theme. All right, we are going into phase 3 now, and as some folks in chat are pointing out, there have been some speculation on how thick these King's Thunder thighs exactly are. Unfortunately, every phase rolls independently, chat, so whether or not one phase is thin and the other one's thick is completely up to the way the randomizer rolls.
Had a thin phase 1 and a decent phase 2. We'll see how phase 3 and 4 go.
Yep, RPGchick now getting wombo comboed by Mega White here. Looks like we have a fast Star King. This is one of the nastier configurations, folks. If she gets a bad web while Ben is down, or if she gets double hit on Phoebe here, this could be a wipe for her. Thankfully, getting lucky with the attack placement here, I'm able to bring her party up to full, now in a safe zone again. Spider Kid's beating up Ben, but now that she's level 21, RPGchick can comfortably live through that attack. Going back into auto here, anticipating a down Ben. Good call on the RPGchick. Ben's going down, but since she anticipated this, Ben's going to be able to get off a flare. Meanwhile, SirLinkalot on his third refight for Zuh, not getting lucky with those Doom dances. RPGchick able to get into attacks here. Trying to really push for the end of the fight here. She must be feeling the pressure. Probably anticipating that SirLinkalot's right onto her tail. She's not wrong.
Into phase
On the phase
4.
Yep, here we go, chat. She still has a long road ahead of her, about 3 or 4 turns. RNG can still be a nasty mistress to her, so let's all go ahead and give her the best thoughts and hype here. Meanwhile, Linkalot making it to phase 3 here. Ooh, that's a very tight window. And that is time for the RPGchick. This is going to a round 3 for the semifinals. You'll love to hear it. Yeah, let's see those GGs in chat. Looks like SirLinkalot did roll the forfeit. I'm going to leave it on the boss theme because it's awesome. However, I will have to toggle it really quick to get him in here. So 1 second, chat. And let's see if I can get both of our runners in here for an interview. And we are joined by the RPGchick. SirLinkalot is probably right behind her, hopping in here. But GG's RPGchick bringing this to a round 3 with a rather exciting round here.
Thank you. I think Link said he's abstaining because of that that zoo fight. He really, wow. That's like an any percent run because you don't have life with Ben then either. That was harsh.
Yeah, no, rather rough on the RNG for him, unfortunately. Thankfully, you know, things played out for your favor a little bit there in terms of the fight. Both of you not having a life. I'm betting it's in the tree or with. No, I think at this point it's got to be in the tree. I think we saw everywhere else, or with the wyvern.
Or Wyvern, yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, did Link check the back of Doom Castle in the exit field?
He did. That's where his Cupid locket was.
Oh, well, luckily I didn't need that.
Yeah, no, it definitely that is the play of the night. Luck was in your favor for a lot of this last stretch. You two entered the tower really close with each other, about a minute. What was going through your mind when you got into Doom Tower? Were you anxious that you might have been behind, or were you, pretty comfortable with the routing decisions you made tonight?
Oh no, I was pretty anxious because it's like, well, I got this key more than a few minutes ago, and I should have checked it before, but I didn't. Before I dipped into Lava Dome, and I should have, and I didn't. So I was like, dang. I just kept glancing over. Is he done? Is he done? Is he done?
Yeah, that I hate that feeling, that anticipation. It's like you're on the last stretch. You're like, oh my god, either just finish or let me win. So, wanted to pick your brain about some of the routing. This was a very on rails seed up until you guys got your Dragon Claw. What made you decide to dip into Aquaria when you did? Was it just not wanting to go on a railroaded wyvern fight, or was it just a hunch that the rest of your progression could have been there?
I've Wintry Cave and Waterfall is always a quick check. So, and plus going to Aquaria gets me Phoebe 2 faster. So
Yeah, that is fair. Let's see, Mobius Crest. I'm literally trying to remember where it was at. I think
it was on the Mega Grenade dude.
That's right, the Hermit. So yeah, no, I think Linkalot contemplated going to get Kaylee too. I think he did. Did he not, Mago?
No, he was about to, and then he went and I think checked Hermit first.
That's right. He purchased his elixir after doing Pazuzu's Tower, and he dipped by Hermit on the way. So that's why he was right on your tail. So yeah, not a lot of contrasting opinions I can get tonight, but again, I do want to congratulate you both. Had great execution. This was not a friendly seed by any means. Like, it felt like it was going to be a jet seed, and then you guys had to run all over the world to get your multi-key to get Mobius Crest because you guys couldn't teleport in through the back door of the Hermit's house.
Yeah, right.
So, what made you decide to dip into P Tower before Mount Gale? Was it just a density check?
Basically.
of situation.
Yeah, that was it.
Nice, and it worked out for you. You picked up Elixir, Excalibur in there. You picked up a lot of good armor. Definitely decked out before going in there. So with that, are you excited for round 3?
I'm very nervous. So I mean, it's a randomizer, so yes, execution is part of it, but you still got to get lucky. So
Yeah, and like I've been telling chat, everybody in the semifinals here is an excellent runner. Definitely cream of the crop from performance standpoint. And at this point, it really is just a little bit of execution and a lot of RNG and some judgment calls on your side. So I will go ahead and wish both of you the best of luck in your run tonight. And chat, if you could, go ahead and give both of our runners a follow tonight. Excellent showing from both of them tonight. Unfortunately, SirLinkalot getting stumped by the stupid sexy bird a little bit. Looks like he was about to break through, but then realizing that RPGchick had taken the race tonight. And if you feel like this is something you want to do, there are nicer settings. There are some friendlier settings. You can actually shuffle up the key items amongst all the brown boxes in the game. If you want to check that out, go ahead and hit up ffmqrando.net. And if you feel like joining the community and getting involved in some casual races or just pinging people about what you've been experiencing in the randomizer, there is also a link to the Discord in that channel, and maybe even some key-ins to some beta features coming down the line that are being tested out. Again, I want to go ahead and thank Mortal Mago for helping me co-track/commentate tonight. And yeah, with that being said, final thoughts going into your next match, RPGchick. Are you going to go ahead and kind of stay the course with your routing, or are you going to make a few minor adjustments before going into the final round here?
I've been okay with whatever I do. So, if it pays off, it pays off. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we'll be having our last match Wednesday night, same time. So.
All right, folks, you heard it here. Another late night race for the East Coasters in the chat. West Coasters have a bit more of a nicer time. But again, we will be having another round here. And then I believe tomorrow is Chanigan versus Farfaloo round 2. So stick around. And if you want more of those schedules, you want to find out where more of the races are, again, join the Discord. That's where you can find all that information. Mago, got any final thoughts for RPGchick?
Nope. That was definitely a fun race to watch. Another kind of banging your head against the wall until you get through with no life. So.
And thankfully, again, you had a really lucky run, no wipes on Dark King. So a nice, clear finish. So again, thanks to our runners. Thank you, chat, for sticking around and watching us. Thank you, SpeedGaming Live, for hosting us. And again, thanks to all the wonderful people who've help us put this event together. We'll be back tomorrow night with another round 2, and hopefully you guys will come by for our round 3 for RPGchick versus SirLinkalot. I'm Haybinks, and I am signing off for the night. Y'all have a wonderful evening.